Hello. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I like Redstone, so I guess use a world or something. Heck if I know. Some of it I made, some of it I copied off the internet to practice it for survival mode, and some of it isn't even really Redstone. Heck with it, I'm just going to show you the entire thing. So, here is a thing which, just a little piston thing, it's nice and fast, which I really like. Pretty sure it was called Stairway to Heaven by whoever first actually made it. And the reason that it's so fast is because each of the individual circuits, the 2x2 flush piston door, these just two regular pistons, these two regular pistons, and this double piston extender, all happen at pretty much the same time. So the overall contraption is only as slow as its weakest link, which, to be honest, I'm pretty sure is a tie between the double piston extender and the 2x2 flush piston door. The note of double piston extenders, I, I as you might be able to, as you might be able to tell, don't, I despise making them. They're really nice and really useful and just absolutely amazing, and I cannot for the life of me make them. This gigantoid thing is just a minute-long timer that I hooked up to a dropper. It just shoots out an item for every minute since I had this on. So 1, 2, 3, 4 hours plus 9 plus 16. 9 is 25, 24 hours, 25 minutes. I can math. Okay. I have no idea why I said okay so enthusiastically. Anyway, here's a little sand door that I really like. Okay, for a second I thought that one of the pistons was going before the other one, and I was getting very confused. And in any case, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be using this design for an arena that's in a friend of mine's survival little server thing. And what I said about hating double piston extenders, this is my general design for a double piston extender. So you just have monostable circuits and monostable circuits. Excuse me, middle click. Do you want to function? Yeah. And the end result is pretty fast. Unless you break it and then have to repair it like that. And this is just a little thing because I wanted to use it specifically for the second block in something like this. Because first block, it's a piston. How hard could it be? Second one, third one, okay, that's just a standard 2x1 flush whatever module, I guess you would call it. This is fast enough for how I use it. Let's see, over here is something that I'm really proud of. It's a tiny little randomizer. So in the dropper there's, all of those. There's a stackable item and a non-stackable item. When you turn the lever on, in this case, it dropped or dispensed, whatever you want to call it, the non-stackable item, meaning that it gave it a signal strength of 3 from the comparator. That goes ahead and locks this locks this repeater off, so that this line doesn't go through, but this line does. If I turn this off and then have it power, that's the non-stackable. If I have it power, if it decides to dispense the stackable item, then it only gives off a single strength of 1, and so it just goes through here and doesn't even bother with any of that. Sticky fingers. I really like how relatively compact it is, and especially the fact that it's 1 high. Trying to flail around and find some other stuff. I'm gonna try and just get the stuff that I just copied off the internet as like a training ground for actually building it in survival. Trying to get those out of the way. So here's Tango's AFK tree farm. You chop the tree down and then you plant a sapling, you go right back up. It's really nice. Here's Mumbo's. Yep, okay. You stand here, it dispenses bone meal, puts saplings there, crushes leaves, pushes wood over, makes a giant block to dig out with big ol' axe. Over here there's some chicken farms and charcoal generators that I found. Here's a nice little cobblestone farm. You just dig it here, it gets caught in the hoppers and goes into this chest. This system dispenses pickaxes, and there's actually a hopper under here. So you'd fill up your inventory all with cobble or something, and then have your pickaxe and just mine, and if it breaks, then you just pick up the one that it dispenses you. Really nice, and really, really compact. Over here's not quite completely copied, but it's basically just from a Mumbo video. It's something from Hermitcraft that he was asked to do for some other guy who I don't know names of. I haven't seen that video in a while. I just remember this kind of basic design of where if the signal strength is 1, it pushes up 1. Signal strength is 2, it pushes up 2. Signal strength is 3, pushes up 3. And because it's just concrete powder and has gravity, it'll just fall back down. Which I'm pretty sure I forgot to actually think about because, of course, I hate building double and, in this case, triple piston extenders. I really despise them. Another thing that I despise are abagates. I have this little template here just to try and show myself, okay, it goes bum 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 bum. Except for when you actually want it, when it goes bum 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 bum, and then everything's weird and nothing works, and oh dear heavens, I need to reverse it again. Anyway, over here is just a redstone torch key into 2x2 flush piston door. Here's something that I copied from someone, and I cannot for the life of me remember who they are. It's just a normal 2x2 piston door, but while the door is open, the floor is closed, and vice versa. When the door is closed, the floor is open, so you can fall down into a little secret area, and apparently never get out of water. Now, trying to remember some other stuff that I have. Here's just examples of monostable circuits, just that I built as guides for myself. Sticking to the theme of stuff that I just copied, here's a big ol' iron farm, and by big ol' I mean actually probably one of the smallest you can make. Shut up, villagers. Here's the super smelter design that everyone and their mother has seen, and or used, and or I don't know anymore. I think that's the end of stuff that I got from the internet. And now on to the little things where I have no idea what to do, and so I ask my friends, hey, what should I make with redstone? And then they reply something like, make a blender. And then I'm half asleep, and then I'm like, okay, I'll just put some slabs. And then I put some hoppers down, and there's a chest, and it does nothing, and I didn't even care, to be honest. One that was considerably simpler was a massage chair. I mean, it's a it's a sticky piston connected to a toggleable clock. That that's not. This is all of the circuitry. I don't know what to say. Despite those, the one thing that I know I got a request for from one of my friends is, hey, what should I build? Oh, this that I really like are escalators. Now, you might think of escalators in Minecraft as piston pushes you up, piston pushes you over, piston pushes you up, piston pushes you over, up, over, up, over, up, over, and so on. I'm still not quite certain whether or not I just didn't want to deal with that, or if this is just what came into my head first, but I thought of it as just one-way minecarts. So you just get in the minecart, push the button, and you're up at the escalator. You get off, some slime blocks, push it back onto the track, and put it back down to the bottom. Similar method here. When you get out, it powers the thing that braked you, pushes it back, and there you go. I actually am really proud of this because I hate working with slime blocks, basically. Just entities are weird. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. Oh gosh, this is. I remember this. This is when I thought the piston feed tapes were cool, and they are, but I'm trash at them. This is a very, very basic design for a lock with them, and there's no actual indication of when it's right over here. I just wanted to see if I could do something with it. Mainly because the last thing that I remember really being requested by a friend was like one of those things in theaters where the background like loops around, and it functions mostly. All in all, yes, it's a piston feed tape, and it's really tiny. That's I don't really have anything else to say there. Let's see, cover the tiny, cover that, cover that. I don't know if I actually cover this or not. Just hate double piston extenders. I already covered this. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, okay. Cover that, cover that, cover escalators, cover the best massage chair in the universe. There's this door, which is very advanced. It's I I don't even want to call this a door. It's just 6 sticky pistons that just so happen to block off a hallway. Okay, this thing I really, really like because this was one of the first things that I ever made with Redstone back in beta of all things. So the idea was you were being chased by some mobs that you didn't want to get you. The idea was you didn't run this so often that you actually ran out of items that were in here and thus breaking the entire system. So, the general gist when it was functioning was that you, a player, could walk by, grab the item, and activate the pistons, and it get across just fine. But a mob who wouldn't pick up the item, you'll have to make sure that it's an item that they can't pick up, because they can do that now. Ugh. They would either not fall down, or if there were so many that they were being pushed off, then fall into some kind of trap. My original design for this back in beta had a pressure plate about there, and if the item got picked up, then the pressure plate wouldn't do anything, but if the item was still there, then the pressure plate would open up pistons and drop into lava. Now, while on the one hand, this thing I hesitate to call a door, this thing I hesitate to call functional, mainly because it isn't, and it's supposed to be a 2x3 seamless piston door. Not seamless, flush. Seamless means that you're really fancy and don't have pistons showing. I have managed to get all except for the top to work, and I now realize that because these slime blocks are existing, then unless I change them over to just more regular sticky pistons, then I'd need the wall to be immovable objects, but only up to a certain point, and slime blocks are weird. And now this over here is what I am possibly the most proud of in this entire map. That's probably my second one, the little thing that I made. This I love because it took me absolutely ages to make. And it might not seem like that significant of a thing, but it really, really helped me learn just debugging Redstone. So you flick the lever, and you can see I built this before that, and I tried to do something similar. This actually was going to be a 2x3 flush piston door, except I couldn't get the bottom one to work out that well. So I decided, okay, I just won't have the bottom one there. What could fit there? Oh, I know, a fireplace. So all I really had to add was just a little thing to trigger it to move up and down to put out the fire. Replace that block with netherrack, and there you are. And both levers work. It's just based on a T flip-flop over here, back and forth, just two observers. I really like how fast the opening is. I can't get over how I just did that. Ah. I think I've gone ahead and explained everything. I started off with that. Oh, he was just where I was playing Skyblock, and I was like, wait, how does water and lava work again? And then I just messed around with it until I made cobblestone and not obsidian, and then I was fine. Yeah, that's just about everything that's in here. I don't really have anything else to say. I mean, I mess around with Redstone, I copy things off the internet, and I really, really hate double piston extenders. I especially vertical ones, those are just the worst. Also, I don't know how to